I am Big Dave. This is Wrestling Montage Media. Appreciate you for stopping by to check out this video with me. We're finna react to it for WrestleMania. The link will be in the description for the original video. Me, lately, I've been sick the last couple days. I ain't really been putting out much content. I just put out actually the Undertaker mini documentary series I've been working on. Appreciate you guys for supporting that and everything. But right now, we're finna get into this video and react to the latest news of pro wrestling this week.
Now, first story looks at The Rock never returning to WWE. Now, our top story today takes a look at the possibility of The Rock finally returning to WWE, and based on some breaking news, it looks less and less likely with each passing day. Yesterday it was announced that The Rock is set to star in another major Hollywood movie. The final boss himself will star in Breakthrough, described as a psychological thriller in which The Rock will play a motivational guru. Deadline adds, set in turn of the millennium Southern California, the story follows an alienated young man who comes under the influence of a motivational guru whose intoxicating charm masks his morally questionable methods of manipulation and his own concealed darkness. The story behind the movie project is A24, which is one of the more prestigious studios in Hollywood. This is a huge opportunity for The Rock, but naturally this means that a WWE return is unlikely anytime soon. Not even for SummerSlam. The Rock only committed so much time to WWE in 2024 because his acting schedule had cleared up, but now he's simply not going to have any time to fully commit to another WWE run or a matchup. It looks highly unlikely that the dream match between The Rock and Roman Reigns never occurs, as well as Cody versus The Rock, and it's ultimately going to look like these dream matches are only going to be viable via 2K25. Next.
Man, who knows? Who really knows? That sounds like it's true, but we should be used to it by now. That's what The Rock has done. You know, since he been in Hollywood, WWE is just kind of on the back burner. It's just something that he does when he can, when he has time. But just the big disappointment with The Rock is just setting up stuff that has just absolutely no payoff. It's just kind of still just out there lingering. You know, I wish him all the success in the world. And everything else that he does outside of wrestling. But when you're in wrestling, when you are in the WWE, it has to be The Rock is more than a wrestler. At this point, he's a conglomerate in his own.
Roman Reigns has a huge role in Hollywood.
Yeah, it looks like that this guy is headed in the same direction.
Now, it's not just The Rock that is set for a new Hollywood project, as Roman Reigns also looks set to make huge moves in the movie industry. According to Deadline, Reigns is in consideration to feature in the new live-action Street Fighter movie. Fightful Select would add that Reigns is in the early stages of negotiations with no official deal signed just yet. It was also stated that the former WWE champion is rumored to be playing character Akuma.
Man, that's dope.
In Street Fighter, he's actually...
That's crazy right there. Roman Reigns as Akuma. Man, I couldn't think of nobody else who could really play that character. Like I think that's a perfect role for him in a Street Fighter. Any type of fighting game type of sense. Yeah, I like that.
The younger brother of Gouken of Ryu and Ken's master. Just like Roman Reigns in WWE, Akuma is also OP in Street Fighter. Reigns has been on a part-time schedule in WWE for a number of years now, so this wouldn't change much if he was cast in the new movie. With that being said, venturing off into Hollywood is something that Reigns has wanted to do for a long time, and it would be a major breakthrough for him if he lands this huge role. Next up,
you know, that seems to be the transition, the natural transition from pro wrestling to acting, because pro wrestling is acting, as The Rock made it clear that it's a work brother. With Roman looking to go into Hollywood after pro wrestling, I mean, me and him, we're the same age, 38, 39. Hulk Hogan was really the first one to do it, as far as I know, when he did No Holds Barred. From that pro wrestler and transition into Hollywood. But I mean, Hogan wrestled into his late 50s, so we'll see. I don't think Roman's gonna necessarily just hang up the boots and retire completely all the way around. I think he'll keep the same schedule for WWE, but I don't see him being the champion anytime soon, or having another run like he did the last 4 or 5 years. But that was really his last big run in order to get his other family over, which he's done with Solo and with Jacob. As far as the whole bloodline thing, I don't think it'll ever be the same. You know, with the Usos, Roman, of course, Paul, he's moved on with Seth Rollins, which is still a little weird to me. I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts on that another time. But
Bad news for SmackDown. It was widely reported that SmackDown would return to its 2-hour format next month. However, it looks like this isn't happening. According to PW Insider Elite, the USA Network has SmackDown listed for 3 hours in early June. Internally, the USA Network has Friday Night SmackDown listed for 3-hour episodes in early June. The original plan was to return to 2 hours in early summer. Now, the 3-hour format for SmackDown hasn't exactly been received well by fans. Adding an additional hour on the Blue brand was always ambitious, and most of the feedback from fans state that the show is far too long. And
Yeah.
WWE
it's too long and it's too much mediocrity on the show. Just to be honest, a lot of mid card stuff that has no story, has nothing for you to be really intrigued by or really follow. You see a lot of Miz and Carmelo Hayes. You see a lot of more women's matches than you really should care to see. And nothing against the women, but you just have a bunch tied in. You can have a women's tag match, a women's championship match, or like qualifying. Just have the matches mean something, not a bunch of just stuff that's just on the show to be on the show.
evidently struggling with what to book in the additional hour. It also doesn't help that top stars such as Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and even John Cena have pretty much been absent from the show, and the show is without a full-time top star to carry the brand.
And that's the main thing. I think NXT is doing a good job building a lot of future stars for who's to come. But as far as right now, you still got the guys who's been around the last 10, 15 years still on top. And then I think that's really just kind of hurting the company because you have people like LA Knight, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and then they still a little bit up there as far as age goes. I mean, how much longer are they gonna be around? We still need those young guys in their mid to late 20s. That's next up. That's gonna step up. Hopefully, Theory can be that guy. I mean, I see a lot of promise and potential in him. They have to totally reset and do his whole character all over again because this whole Grayson Waller thing with him has just been the last couple of years. Actually, they've been teasing a breakup and it's just been nothing. So yeah.
Next up, a WWE star has backstage heat. A Karrion Kross went viral over WrestleMania weekend with an incredible shoot promo. The promo attained millions upon millions of views on social media, and Kross has since reflected on the promo during a new interview with Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, that was really good. I love what Kross is doing. He's really stepping up and really just showing, hey, what are you guys doing? I remember they brought him back. Remember he came back and attacked Drew McIntyre. And he had some matches with Drew. He did some other things, but then he had the group. They brought back AOP, and then that fizzled out and turned into nothing. I had promise. I thought there was some really something that was going to come from that, but nothing really came from that. And he's just kind of floating into nothing. And it's really sad because he said it himself that his best run. People always bring up that his best run was in NXT. Why isn't he doing anything that was close to his NXT run? It's like, yeah, he's better than that. He's greater than that. You can only live off potential for so long. I'm not going to say that he has the potential. No, he is it. He can be a major player in his business. He should be. He could be. Hopefully, this could turn to something. He could be the champion towards the end of the year, the world champion or something like that. The man needs something to work with.
According to the former NXT champion, some wrestlers gave him a standing ovation backstage for his promo, whilst it rubbed others the wrong way, and he got some backstage heat for his comments. I got a standing ovation when I saw everybody the following day, which felt awesome, and I had no idea that this was going to resonate the way it did with people. A few people even came to me in tears saying, "Thank you for saying what you did. I was just being honest." I had an open criteria that day and I told him, I said, people are going to watch this. I have something to say and I have a feeling people are going to want to hear this. So I said it, sort of got heat for it. Sort of. Yeah, not everybody was thrilled about that. Kross has basically been removed from main roster programming as he hasn't had a featured feud since before WrestleMania. Kross is predominantly being used on WWE Main Event, and it looks like WWE have no concrete plans at this stage for the talented star. Next up,
I wonder if he's actually approached Triple H and was just asking, what's going on, if they actually met and then really sat down and was just like, okay, where are we going? What's going on with my career? A lot of the decisions that's being made as far as his career goes, I think it's the old guard. I think it's people like Hayes. I think it's people like Bruce Pritchard, who's really holding that man down. But in this business, we see a lot of people who do speak up, step up, and express themselves, and they it can either work in your favor or it can work against you. And right now, it's working against Cross, which is unfortunate. I could say go to AEW, but who goes to AEW and really their career is better for it other than someone like Swerve. I really can't name anybody else. I mean, I can't really think of anybody else really who's had more success going to AEW from WWE.
A WWE
Of course, in the Hurt Syndicate, but yeah. Moving on.
star almost shaved his head. And speaking of Karrion Kross, he almost returned to his shaved look late last year. During that interview, Kross stated that he was going to shave his head for charity, but then WWE wanted to turn it into a storyline. I actually almost shaved my head in December. I was going to donate my hair to a charity that was going to turn it into a wig, like a wig for kids that are suffering from hair loss for whatever it is that they were doing. They wanted to time it creatively so we could kind of kill two birds with one stone, but that didn't come around. I made a good donation in the absence of donating my hair, so I work with them on the side. Now this would have been interesting to see if WWE would have brought back the hair versus hair match type for this angle, and with Kross being willing to revert to the shaved look, it's always in WWE's back pocket if they ever want to revisit this idea.
I actually prefer his shaved head. That's how I've always seen Kross, and the long hair is cool too, but Killer Kross is the shaved head. Killer Kross is the bald head, no doubt.
Next up, Karrion Kross teases a Money in the Bank win. Karrion Kross has teased
No, I'm gonna say this right now. LA Knight should win Money in the Bank.
becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. On the Ariel Helwani show yesterday, Kross would directly address the push from fans to see him win the briefcase this year. Kross would pick up a replica briefcase from the set and pose with it before looking into the camera and saying, "Imagine that." The still image of Kross with the briefcase has lit social media on fire, and there's definitely a ton of interest in Kross being in the match. Should he be this year's Money in the Bank winner, or should WWE hold off until next year? Next up, a huge new WWE feud revealed. Now we may finally know Rusev's first major feud since his WWE return. PW Insider Elite are reporting that internally in WWE, there have been rumblings of a program between Rusev and Sheamus.
Okay, we'll be bringing back the what was that when they were in that group together? It wasn't the Un-Americans. The League of Nations. Yeah, okay. I think that'd be perfect. They worked with each other for years. They know each other pretty well. I like it.
There have been rumblings of a Rusev vs Sheamus program having been pitched for the Raw brand. The two men are extremely close friends behind the scenes, and they could create magic together if WWE allows them to cook in the ring. There's been a lot of fantasy booking on X recently with Rusev and Sheamus, as a lot of the fans want to see the two names team up and form a super team to take over the struggling tag division over on Raw. Next up, Cora Jade says she's going to profit off the perverts. Cora Jade was part of the recent releases made by WWE. While she hasn't given up her dream of wrestling, she's now moved onto a new venture. Jade, who's now using her real name Alana Black, has launched her OnlyFans account, which is reportedly going live on 2nd June with a monthly price tag of $15.99. Black took to social media saying, "See you in 12," along with a saucy video. Some fans took criticism to her new ventures, but Black fired back saying, "By the way, it's called being able to wrestle wherever I want and also being able to profit off you being creeps, which you were going to do for free anyways. Get this, at the same time."
Get your money, baby. Get your money.
Some took issue.
You ain't getting $1 from me, though.
With this message, saying that it's disrespecting those who are actually going to pay for our content. I don't know. Do what you got to do to get that bag, right? Next up, an injured WWE star break.
Exactly. Just do what you got to do. But like I say, no, I support you, but not monetarily.
Her silence. Zoe Stark, who is horrifically injured on Raw this week, has broken her silence.
This was the most gut-wrenching, because I remember watching the spot, right? And just when she came off, Kyrie wasn't where she was supposed to be. She took too long to get back to her spot to catch Zoe. It's always y'all seen it, man. Zoe's leg just went this way and the other way in the opposite direction it wasn't supposed to go. And she was screaming, and I love Zoe Stark, and I really hate this for her. That was probably one of the worst injuries that I've seen live on WWE.
silence when it comes to her injury. Stark would take the X to state, "Wow, the love and support means more to me than you'll ever know. What hurts more than my knee is knowing I won't be able to perform for all of you for a while. I love what I do and I'm blessed to do this. As the saying goes, the comeback is greater than the setback. Love you guys." Now, there have been no official comments from WWE related to Stark's status. It was reported yesterday that she'll be undergoing an MRI and then having knee surgery, but
Man, she just came back from surgery. That was her first night back on Raw in months. Crazy.
this is yet to be confirmed by WWE. But sadly, WWE are preparing.
See, there it is. Look, she doing too much. I'm sorry, not Zoe. Kyrie was doing too much. She was waiting too long. And then in the
This is yet to
match,
be confirmed by WWE. But sadly,
right here, Zoe calling her name.
WWE are preparing for the worst, as according to Fightful Select,
Kyrie wasn't paying attention. She was like,
sadly, WWE are
Kyrie.
preparing for the worst. As according to Fightful Select, those spoken to backstage in WWE say that they're preparing to not have Zoe Stark for the remainder of the year. Again, we're wishing Zoe Stark all the best for a fast recovery.
gracious.
Next up, a star praised backstage. A Chelsea Green is often labelled as Triple H's best rehire. The inaugural WWE Women's US Champion makes everything work, and now a work has earned her praise backstage.
Yes,
According to a
finally.
new report from PW Insider Elite, Green is even getting compared to The Miz. Another talent that's been routinely praised internally over the last several months is Chelsea Green, who has cultivated quite a positive reputation for herself.
like the Miz? I haven't even thought about that. I guess so. I guess. But she could be, if she, in what way though? As a utility player or somebody you could put anywhere, like you could do the Miz? Yeah, I'll say that.
For a willingness to jump in and do any media needed for the company,
Yep.
as well as other ancillary events, whether they be community outreach, fan agreement for VIP events, or beyond. We are told that WrestleMania weekend especially, she was being praised for her work. One source compared Green to The Miz, who is always the company's MVP when it comes to coming across great as an ambassador for the company. Green has always stated that she wants to be seen as the female Miz, and Green is already being labelled as a WWE lifer by fans, which means that she will remain with WWE in some capacity until the day she retires. Next up, the
I actually agree with that. I like that for her. I do, 100%.
real reason why WWE cancelled her show. Now, as we covered yesterday, WWE officially cancelled their upcoming NXT TV taping in Florida. WWE wouldn't offer any official reason as to why the event was cancelled, but according to a new report from PW Insider Elite, the event was indeed cancelled due to low ticket sales.
Yep.
The NXT taping in Tampa was yanked because with the low ticket sales, the feeling was that the show would come across stronger in terms of atmosphere on television from the WWE Performance Center, especially
Low ticket sales because of high ticket prices. That's the bottom line. We all know that these ticket prices are ridiculous for each and every event. Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views. But I paid a pretty penny for my Backlash ticket a couple weeks ago. And this, yeah.
especially since they were so close to that venue as opposed to a smaller crowd in a larger arena. WWE cancelling a show in this era due to low ticket sales is unprecedented. However, WWE's call to have multiple
It's unheard of. They don't cancel anything unless it's like dire, like something actually happened. But just due to low ticket sales, they can't attribute to that but anything but their high ticket prices.
shows in succession in one location was a bold move. This can work for major events such as the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, but revolving an entire weekend around a lackluster Saturday night's main event show just doesn't have the same appeal to fans. Next up, Brock Lesnar resurfaces with a shocking new look. Brock Lesnar's public appearances are few and far between, yet Lesnar was recently spotted alongside his wife Sable with a brand new look. The former WWE champion now has long straight hair, similar to Chris Jericho. He was also in something that we rarely see, a three-piece suit.
The
What do you
Beast.
guys think of Lesnar's new look? And finally,
I don't mind it. It's good to see Brock. I'm glad to see that he's doing okay. And of course, he had to stay away due to the whole Vince McMahon allegations. He was kind of tied into that somehow. I'm sure he wasn't involved though. Just allegedly, I'm not saying anything, but it's good to see the Beast. And I know a lot of people don't probably agree, but I wouldn't mind seeing him back for a match or two. It'd be good to see him.
where are the Wyatt Six? Now, final story today takes a look at the latest news when it comes to the Wired 6. It's been confirmed by PW Insider that the Wired 6 have yet to be added to WWE's live event touring schedule. With them not being billed for future live events, this likely means that the stable won't be returning to TV anytime soon. However, WWE live event listings are always subject to change, so this could be amended in the coming months. The Wired 6 situation is very bizarre, as it was reported a number of months ago that they were waiting on Uncle Howdy to receive medical clearance. It was also claimed that Alexa Bliss was going to be revealed as a key member of the group, even the leader. However, Bliss has gone in a completely new direction over on SmackDown and has all but distanced herself from the supernatural elements of the persona. It'll be interesting to see how this group are presented when they return to television. There was a rumored match versus the Judgment Day, which was initially planned for WrestleMania 41, and with the Judgment Day teasing a breakup on TV, this is a possible direction to go down. The group collectively last appeared on TV back in December 9th, 2024, meaning they have yet to make a single appearance on WWE programming in 2025.
When don't the Judgment Day tease a breakup? Every single week they tease some type of tension or breakup. I'm sick and tired of the Judgment Day, but as far as Alexa and the Wired 6, hopefully they do something together. Alexa wouldn't be who she is if it wasn't for Bray, and as far as Bray, the Wired 6 wouldn't be who they are without him. So it all has to tie together, and I would love for Alexa to do something with them, but I didn't know that the Judgment Day wasn't going to face them at WrestleMania. But I like what they did at WrestleMania with Dom winning the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm a little bit under the weather. Please excuse me for if I just sound a little bit, out of it. But I'm still recovering. So thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll continue to do content consistently. I'm also working with a team to put out more content, more things that's surrounded around. Just different topics and elements in pro wrestling. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.